What's up YouTube? We've got a really short video today. I've got in a couple of products for the Scrambler today and we're going to take a look at those as I unbox them. Now as you may know, I've removed a lot of the gear from the Scrambler, the racks, the top rack, etc. And I'm kind of stripping it down and cleaning it up and making it look a little more hooligan, which is the way that I kind of intended the bike to be before I took the long trip. And of course now with the T120 set up as my touring bike, the Scrambler is a great platform to sort of clean up and use for my everyday around town bike. So without further ado, let's take a look at those new products. Tiny Triumph Shop.
Tiny Triumph Shop.
All right, first up on the bench is a product from a company called TC Brothers, and they make a really interesting setup that I found on RevZilla.com for license plates. So what you see here is a bracket that you can mount a license plate to, but we've got these offset hole patterns here, and that is for this guy right here. You see these line up perfectly. Now what I intend to do with this is to use this bracket here to actually mount the plate holder to the side of the bike where the rear can on the exhaust would mount. So that little rear hanger on the right hand side of the bike, I'm going to mount up to this hole here and then get my plate on this bracket here. Now that will leave obviously my retro tail light on the fender, but I want to also move that, and I think what I want to try to do is to get that light mounted to the top of this bracket here. So if you can imagine, plate here and then the retro light coming off the top of this. So this is the TC Brothers side mount tail light in black. This is available on RevZilla.com. Alright, our next piece of gear is something that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and I just never have pulled the trigger on, primarily because it's just an aesthetic change to the bike. But what we have here are a set of foot pegs from the infamous Joker machine. So I picked up a pair of these open box from RevZilla for a slight discount, and here they are in all of their glory. These are listed as compatible with the 2016 Scrambler, and you can tell these are quite a bit different looking than the stock pegs, but the clevis assembly pretty much the same. I think the pin's just going to run straight through. These will take probably 2 minutes to install, but man, they will dramatically change the look of the bike. They have this like retro MX off-road look to them, and they're much shorter than the stock pegs, which I think come out to about right here. I'm really excited to put these on and see if they make the bike look much better. And again, I think I didn't buy these sooner because they're primarily just an aesthetic thing. And most of the outfitting I've done to the bike up to this point has been for function of some sort or another. If I went ahead and pulled one of the stock pegs off to give you an example of the difference between the two. This is the brake side peg for the Scrambler, and you can just see the huge size difference between the two. The stock one's quite a bit longer and chubbier and more hideouser, if that's obviously not a word, but I think it's a pro for what we're talking about here. Something that's unique about the Joker machine's hardware, you can see the clevis assembly here. This is completely positionable any way you want, so you can run these directly below you, or if you have a bike where they need to mount in front of you, you can tilt them up, or even behind you if you so desired. So they're really versatile, and they have 3 locking points. So there's a couple of Allen screws down at the bottom of this, and this bolt right here that actually holds everything into place. So in addition to the fact that these are CNC machined out of like really high grade aluminum and built really well and super light and look really good, you have tremendous positive reinforcement of every mounting point. So these are really fantastic high-end kit. And as you can guess, I've already installed the driver's side one, so I'm gonna get off camera and go install this one because I can. At any rate, these are the Joker machine serrated short MX style foot pegs for the Triumph Scrambler, Bonneville, and Thruxton.